WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
It's 3 a.m. and the sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. A 100 boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. Out here in Kandahar. Well, most of us, we made it home, but we never came back. When we close our eyes at night, we hear a rocket attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. Out here in Kandahar.
service announcement from CT Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, man. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. This 15 October in the year of our dumpster fire, 2020. I'm your guest. I'm not your guest. I'm your host. Man, I'm tired, dude. It's been a busy week. Oh man, running in the turret right now is I got Shipwreck with me, man. What's up?
Oh, just wait until Friday.
Yeah, really. Oh my god.
We're both worn out from this week,
dude, man. So right now what we have going on is the Association of the United States Army convention happening, but in a virtual realm. Which is kind of crazy because they did it. I mean, who would have thought that? I keep saying vulture. I said somebody, hey, are you doing it vulturally or? And someone's like, I can't believe you even made that an adjective. Like you even said vulturally. I mean, you didn't even say virtual. You said vulturally, like vultures flying. I was like, well, there are some vultures in them fucking conventions, man, and they all want you to buy their new equipment and their guns and shit like that. Real quick, there's been some technical hiccups going on in a Twitter. Did you experience the Twitter stuff, like Instagram and the Facebooks and all this other stuff? All of a sudden everything just went blam, just kind of like blam. Did you notice something like that? Did you notice a sense of disturbance in the force with that shit at all?
A little bit. I don't get much on Twitter anymore.
Nah, well, I mean, I'm just curious because they've been pretty upset. The social media. We'll talk about this on Monday. There's been some stuff in the social media realm and in the news. That's been pretty interesting. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna leave it like that. And tonight, right now, it should be. Y'all shouldn't even. I mean, we appreciate your patronage, but there should be a damn. There's like some debates, some town halls going on with D. Treasy, right? D. Treasy's having a. And Biden, I guess they're having now they want to talk about vultures. They're having a vultural. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say virtual anymore. I'm just gonna say vultural. They're having a vultural freaking town hall, and they're having I guess because tonight was supposed to be a debate, and so we didn't get to see that. So that's probably why there's if you guys are out and about and checking it out, or you want to tune in here, we appreciate it. But yeah, it's oh well. Anyway, so there was some tech, there was some news released about the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party. Emails released and photos released and people drama and all this other stuff. So Twitter decided to have some internal issues because, of course, they got to have internal issues. And then Twitter shut down, and then Facebook started having some issues. And then I was like, damn. Like I'm glad for once that somebody else other than me is having issues. So that's what I'm talking about. And then supporting AUSA in cyberspace has been helping too. Man, I've been busy as shit.
We should call up the cyber warfare people and help you out.
Well, man, some of the stuff they could. I mean, out in Kansas, we were supporting that. We were supporting exercise out there. Just a lot of stuff. Just a lot of stuff happening. Just a lot of stuff happening, and I'm just like, God, man, this is one of those things to where, this has been a busy. I mean, we're having the 4 days of the week. 4 days into the week, and we're like busy. It's busy. I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait for Friday, dude. I think I'm gonna go out and conduct some nefarious activities or something like that, just to get out of my system. And God, man, I'm for real, dude. It's just one of those things where you're like, there's no freaking way at all. It gets kept busy and busy and busy, and people complaining and all that sort of stuff and all that. And anyway,
no one complains. No one ever complains about anything.
Of course not. No one's ever gonna complain. I mean, ever. There's nothing to. What is there to complain about? Life is peachy, right?
Life is perfect.
Yeah, it is. So, anyways, so with that, well, let's jump into the topic, man. It's just today. The last couple of days. There's been some news releases of what the Army is doing with their what they're talking about. Life. What was that? What was that? Lifetime management, work-life balance, and it needs to happen. In these last few days, everyone's been talking about the work-life balance of the U.S. soldier. Soldiers are at home. We've had to have some reason to be busy just to be busy. That's been the mantra of the Army. Here we are. We are deployed more and doing more crap in garrison that we've done than the surge in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's one of those points to where, hey, commanders, you don't have to put the stuff on a calendar, right? There is a time where you can just go ahead and do that stuff. Well, Haley Britsky from Task and Purpose, which by the way, yesterday was the anniversary of the outing when I went public at AUSA last year. That's funny.
Well, did you call her up and celebrate the anniversary day?
No, well they know. I mean, so there were some individuals that I know that sent some tweets out and graphics and pictures out, and everyone was like, hey, happy anniversary. I was like, yeah, the time has flown. We've done a lot, But anyways, I digress. She was the one that broke the story, by the way, that wrote it out. And, of course, the Army Times did, and then everybody else, Newsweek did, and all that. But anyways, so she's the one that wrote the story. In the Army Chief of Staff, he says he wants you to have a work-life balance. And he even brought up something that really pissed him off. Like, it pissed me off. Like, this was that. He was pissed off. He was with the 25th Infantry Division at the time. And there were soldiers that were participating in Cobra Gold. And, it's one of the things out in the Indo-PACOM AOR that everybody does and all that. So at the same time, a captain in another brigade was ready to become a dad, was going to be a parent. And he was quoted saying, we had an opportunity to get that captain back to be there for the birth of his child. And that brigade commander would not let him go back. And I just thought that was a travesty. Soldiers were flying to Cobra Gold exercise when someone was announced over the intercom off the plane that the captain was the father of the baby boy. And the Chief of Staff of the Army said, quote, I was furious. I wasn't even in that brigade, and I made it pledge right then. I will never let that happen on my watch in any unit that I'm ever in. And so that's pretty much the work-life balance. Now, this is the conundrum. I really can't freaking think that if there's any other units that have done that. If you look at our inbox, it's all been that way. Everything has been that way. What's up, Ari? What's up, Steve?
Everything's been like that?
Yeah, dude. They've been preventing people from going home. Oh, come on, man. You see the inbox? Guys.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
If that ever happened to me, I'd be putting in orders to transfer to another unit, though.
Well, I mean, this is the fact is that there is no such thing. Yeah, Robert's got a good point. There is no such thing as a balanced life in the military. You're correct. You're right. But why does life have to suck? We ain't fighting Al Qaeda's right now. We ain't gonna get no Taliban's. We're not. Forever War is gonna be winding up. Well, we've been in Forever War for 20 freaking years. We're not gonna win. We're not gonna turn the corner. There's not gonna be a point of. We're not gonna turn the point. We're at a breaking point. We could do this. We could win Afghanistan. Right? Afghan and Iraq. We don't have that many soldiers deployed. So what's the excuse? Is it a bother to you as a leader to let that one soldier go, male or female, for whatever emergency or childbirth? We've even made paternity and maternity policies within the Army for that life balance to happen. You know who the biggest offenders are right now? The biggest offenders. I'm going to tell you who the biggest offenders are right now. They're the freaking staff sergeants through first sergeants at that lower level. And then it's the CSMs. Sergeant majors and freaking and warrant officers, they just drink coffee. But I'm talking about the CSMs.
Is it the ones that are green on their collar?
No, I'm talking the CSM,
Or
the CSM, no, the ones that,
for a while?
no, the ones there are individuals out there that just have to. I'll be honest with you. No, everyone ever talks about no, and this is the freaking elephant in the room. A lot of individuals that had joined the military back in the day. Do you think honestly there could have been a reason they got wavered in the military? Possibly.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just individuals are like, Jesus Christ, dude, are you really pulling some of that? This is common sense shit that you're really fucking up, and you're really not going to let the soldier go back to be there at the birth of his. We've seen it in the inbox. I guarantee. I gotten told no. I got my hand slapped because I wanted to post some comments, post some inbox. I wanted to unravel the inbox a little bit and show some of the things that due to JRTC, NTC, and just pull back the lid a little bit to the inbox to show you guys and gals that there are individuals that think that because they sucked at their lifetime when they were a Joe, then that means they get to imprint their sucking on. They're bitter individuals. These are individuals that are so fucking bitter. They have gone through life problems, in the military, and they take it out on their fucking Joes. You know, we just had this town hall. You look at the town hall that we posted. We worked with. We asked the individuals to give us some assistance, and we assisted the Secretary of the Army and the Chief of Staff to post up on the main page and on the radio. So that was their stream. We helped out, and we were able to do it. No big deal, and it was awesome. The comments, bro, the comments in there were insane. If you looked at the comments at the live stream that happened at 1400 a day on the main page, and you saw those comments, you'd be like, "Holy crap!" This is unreal. How is this? You would think you're talking about. I mean, some of this shit just sounds like it's makeup. There's no way. We as leaders have an expectation to lead our soldiers. However, soldiers need to have an expectation that they are in the Army. Soldiers also need to know that there have been policies placed in for them that must be adhered to and enforced by the leaders above them. So we have to be careful. It's a double-edged sword on the whine factor, and of course somebody be. But I'm gonna tell you what, the whine factor is a small percentage. I could say this. There's a small percentage of the inbox that is the whine factor. The rest, no shit. There are officers and senior NCOs that are toxic as all hell that are pushing this shit down. I guarantee it, guys, gals. There's no reason. I mean, don't get me wrong. Chief of Staff of the Army, Secretary of the Army are just getting this information up to them. We haven't even
now getting it.
No. I mean, they're getting this information. It's almost like it's like this. Commanders nowadays do not want blemishes on their record. They actually think, and me and Spanky talk about this before. They actually think that if their unit has an issue with a DUI or an issue with whatever, then automatically it's going to be a black eye and a blemish on their record for their command. I'll be honest with you. If you have those UCMJ boards and you post up individuals messing up and also their shit, you are enforcing discipline. There's nothing wrong with that.
As long as you don't put a name on there.
Well, obviously, but as long as you ensure that it's fair and it's equitable, blah, blah. A DUI is a DUI. Sexual assault is sexual assault. That's not even into that issue. They're missing soldiers and also their shit. There's policies that have been driven out. I'm going to tell you what, we see it at the top, at the main page. When we see it at the top, the information, look, we have pictures on Screenshot Madness of individuals, and we posted someone on the main page of individuals that are still taking APFTs. And they're in school. They're no longer supposed to be doing it. Now, don't get me wrong. There was brought up.
No-brainer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, because the COVID thing, right? So,
yeah.
So General Martin, the DCG of TRADOC, recognized it and corrected it and a lot of stuff. There are still units today, right now. Once you look, the test of record it's not the APFT, it's the ACFT. That's it. Once you have passed it and you have taken a flag off of you, if you had failed an APFT, the way you got to take a BT test. You've lifted the flag, and that's it. Until March of 2022, we still have individuals These are the first sergeants, these are the CSMs, and these are the commanders that I'm telling you about that is usurping that authority from the chief of staff in the Army. And they say, dude, we've had commanders that have blatantly disregarded the PT belt policy, and you still see individuals running around PT belts. You still see individuals running around taking APFTs when they should be taking an ACFT. But wait, they're not supposed to, because the ACFT, once they've taken it, they're done.
Good thing I'm not in no more active duty.
Bro, I would
My unit would love the shit out of me.
I would lose my shit. If I would, dude, I would get, if I was still in, I'd be in fucking trouble, dude. Maybe I got out when I did. It was good when I got out.
I might get in trouble.
I'd have been throwing some hands.
Throwing the according policy such and such.
Yeah, these soldiers do that. I'm telling you, these soldiers do that, and they get squashed, and they get told to shut the fuck up. You're gonna go do this. You're gonna do that. Okay, fine. Why do you think the freaking WTF Nation even exists?
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's frustrating as hell to see that shit. You know, you know what I'm saying is that, well, I'm talking about CSMs, and Gary, CSMs are the ones that throw their mouth in there when it comes to disapproving something when it's not even their level to fucking disapprove. They're the reason why there's leave packets. You know that? These fucking sidewalk NCOs and these garrison NCOs, these MedPros leaders that all they care about that, and they're using their training NCO to enforce something that they should have done normally on garrison to mess with somebody to have a 15-page leave packet.
A 15-page?
You'd be surprised, bro. You'd be surprised. That's why, you know, before we were kind of like, hey, don't be posting this stuff on the units. Don't be doing this and this. You know, let's work with the units. Let's do that. Now, I think the boss has just said, fuck it. We're just posting everything now. There is literally a point somewhere along. There's a group right there that right there, individuals that have not been that should not have been promoted and put in position to where they're at all. Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
It's all a double-edged sword, though. If the soldier doesn't know that he could put in for things like they should with policies to get time off or like emergencies and whatever. It's on them too a little bit.
You know, some of the things that they disobey, if one of their own soldiers did that to them, they'd fry them. They'd fry them. You know, the toxicity of it, the individuals that they're straight. I mean, no shit. General McConnell even said the same thing, that it's something he points to his staff regularly. And he says on several occasions, whipped out to demonstrate, you know, the whole life policy of a slide that he has. He opened up the slideshow. Yes, I know. You guys know how I am about slides. I'll laugh at slides. However, for case in point, real quick, you guys want to see the virtual schedule for AUSA? Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just be gratuitous for a second and then just show it right there. If you're looking at it, okay, you guys are done. There you go. there is your oneer, and that's what AUSA looks like in the digital realm at this point. Okay. Why the slides? Shut up, dude. I'm trying to give an example here. Anyways, so he put out a work-life balance chart, and he says, hey, I pulled this shit out. Look at this is what you're supposed to be doing. This is the work-life balance that you're supposed to be doing. I don't understand, what is it? Why the priorities when it comes to this stuff? And we send soldiers on deployments, on these short deployments, and then they come back, and immediately we shove them into whatever fucking details they're doing. We don't let them go to the fucking skills that we tell them that we're going to be sending them to. And then when it comes to, fucking birthdays or games or recitals, family weddings, death, births, and immediate family, I'm going to tell you what, we see it in the inbox. We literally have to interfere at that level. We don't even deal with the PAOs anymore. I'm going to tell you right now, we don't. We just go straight to the boss. General Donahoe, do you know this is happening? Thank you.
Weren't they talking about that earlier?
Yeah, they were talking. Yeah, well, I mean,
broadcasting that stream for them.
Yeah, I mean, but they were talking about the fact that the lot of it instantaneous with social media. I like the fact that social media is out there because I want, and that's why nobody likes us. We're highlighting something that a leader can immediately access and look at, and then question it. There's nothing wrong with that. The way I see it, if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't have to fucking worry about it.
Use it as a learning tool.
Bingo. Specifically that. I mean, well, it's also a learning tool. Let's put it this way: it's a learning tool to see your peer messing up, and you're like, "Oh shit, I don't want to do that." Exactly. Exactly that. Tina was like, if there's white space on the calendar, a puppy dies. That's right. They don't become some general of excellence or whatever. I'm serious. There are individuals out there that will literally look at that and say, I don't like the way that needs to be. We need to be doing this. They need to be doing this. The last time I checked, most of that information is coming from a CSM. A CSM. They'll push that shit out. They'll push that shit out and they'll go, God, really? So check this out. You want to talk about boss level shit. This is what I'm talking about right here. So his son, the chief of staff's son, was going to come back from Afghanistan. He was returning from his home, his deployment in Afghanistan. He wanted to be there, when he was home. When the Secretary of Defense wanted to interview him for the Army Chief of Staff job, on the same day that his son was coming back, he's like, hey, I appreciate the offer, but I'm busy that day. He told the Secretary of Defense, yeah, my son's coming home.
What did the Secretary do?
Well, it worked out, is what he said. Well, he says, quote, of course the staff are talking like, wait a minute, doesn't the general know that the Secretary of Defense is very busy? This is a big deal. And like, yeah, well, quote, well, I know it's a big deal, and I'll be glad to interview him. I just can't do it that day. Unless he wants to come to Fort Stewart, unquote. That's what I'm talking about. That's boss level right there. See, soldiers need to hear about that stuff. Soldiers need to hear that their leaders are... See, again, it's always the in-betweens. It's always the mid-grades. It's always a first sergeant. I'm telling you what, first sergeants could be the best, or they can be an ultimate fucking train wreck.
Oh, if you see a unit that's outstanding in general, you probably got an outstanding first sergeant. If you see a unit that's kind of shitty as hell, or probably got a shitty first sergeant.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like I was saying, usually ones that are not supposed to be fucking promoting, but they somehow slip through the cracks.
Well, maybe they're the ones that got waivers to get in when they had a criminal
maybe
record.
they were the maybe they were the ones that got wavered. Those the wavered. How the hell did you fucking do that? How did you make it?
Judge told me to sign up Army or I get locked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those days are kind of over, but I'm talking about having a past criminal record or something like that. But he wants to, if the chief of staff, look, it's almost like when you're walking into a house and you're gonna flip the house and you're a home flipper and you just got to go in there and just attack it. Let them attack it. Let them attack the issues. Some of the comments I saw in there were, of course, what I would expect. He is as a leader and he's absorbing all that. I would expect the same. You're coming into it and this is messed up and that's messed up and all the comments that were flying at him while the live stream was going on with him, the SMA, and the Secretary of the Army. I got it. He's gonna have to absorb that. That's just the way it is. I mean, shit. He's the boss. He even discussed, and according to the article as well, that no case has put more pressure on Army leadership, of course, than the case of Vanessa Guillen. And what he was quoted as saying, I had a chance to spend time with Vanessa's mother. She asked me that we would take lessons learned from this and spread them across the entire Army, and what we are doing, and we are doing that now. We let her down. I told her that we did not take care of her daughter. Well, what we want to do is learn from what happened. We want to make sure that it never happens again. Let me tell you that this is what he's saying. Okay, I've seen conversation. Before I became public and all this other stuff, I've seen his heart to hearts. He means it. He means it. A lot of individuals are like, well, it's not that. Look. Again, I'm going to keep telling you right now. We put it out before. We put it out in guidance. We put it out in op orders. We put it out in messages. Morgan the J1 is throwing information out, and everything's coming out. It is the mid-grade. It is the mid-grades. I'm telling you what. It is the mid-grade. Just cancel majors, too. Let's do that. Majors suck. Can we say majors suck, too? Like S3s and shit like that, or XOs? I don't like XOs anyways. XOs are mean. XOs are, they're just some freaking...
It's a job description.
Yeah, it's almost like, it's like the field grade. It's S3. Like I said, I've been an ops sergeant major before, and being in an S3 shop, it's pretty demanding. So you gotta control. You gotta have a strong ops sergeant major and a strong S3 in there to corral taskings and all sorts of stuff. But damn, if you have one controlling major and he's in cahoots with the XO, forget it. Cancel majors. They get excited. Yeah, I can see like lieutenant colonels working at the brigade 3 too, but yeah, they're usually, I guess, the mid grades, man. The company commanders don't know about that, and we got Big Sarge out there who wants to go back to the good old days. It's funny that the NCOs that want to go back to the good old days never served in the good old days. That wouldn't last a minute in the good old days. Straight up. White space is terrible. Exactly. Well, I gotta brief the boss. That life, I love that. I'm gonna leave that slide up there. Work-life balance. Leave it up there. Of excellence.
Screenshot it and keep it on your phone.
Just keep it on your phone. Yeah, exactly. Or you can go to the article with task and purpose and discussing the Army Chief of Staff wants you to have a work-life balance. Written by Hallie Brisky. So, I mean, why not? Yeah, I'm like, could you imagine though? Could you imagine the boss level? Could you imagine everyone's like, because think about it. Everyone is so you can't piss nobody. All these pearl clutching individuals in the Army. he just totally dissed the interview for the Chief of Staff of the Army. You know what I mean? Do you think that probably would have had some individuals probably saying, dude, you better freaking, man, you better go do that interview.
You know, got that going on for sure.
He would have straight. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Why is that? So why? Exactly. Now we'll say this that right now currently when we have incidences and stuff like that, they just got to get put. I mean, this got to get flushed over. I'm telling you right now, what's happening? It's a leadership. It is a leadership cultural revolution happening right now. There is a cultural shift in the Army and what. Because my life sucked, your life has to suck too mentality has got to get thrown out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you're not holding anybody accountable. I'm just saying that that look, there's some common sense shit. The add to, but you can't take away crap is over with. You can't be doing that shit anymore. Big Sarge, you are not qualified in epidemiology and you're not qualified to be a virus expert to tell that soldier, hey, look, we got a video, by the way. We got a video. It's going to be posted later. It'll be on social media. We got a freaking video. A video of somebody who was quarantined for COVID and was told to come to work. We got a video of that. His guy's got a slip that says I'm quarantined. You got the Rona, and he's at work.
And we got video of that?
Oh yeah, we got video of that. You know, the individuals that the individuals that have to deal with it. You got to deal with it. Now I'm not saying we're not don't get me wrong. I'm not coddling them. I'm not talking about coddling these kids either. I'm not talking about freaking, having these individuals freaking, get spoon fed. There still has to be some sort of structure to it. But when it comes to it's almost like they've gone way extreme when it comes to the over enforcement of something, to the point to where it's almost ridiculous. It's almost like you're screaming at somebody and you're telling everybody you're the leader of the village, you're probably not the leader of the village. Everybody should already have an understanding of that. Some level of professionalism in that.
And Bailey, not too many people know their ass from their elbow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot of individuals don't know their ass from their elbow from leadership as well. It works both ways. But yeah, oh well, look, if it had been my daughter, yeah, I've been throwing some hands.
I wonder what the dependent did. Call up afterwards to their command and give them a piece of their mind.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, the thing is that they you're talking about he said when he had the live stream and he talked about hey, you want to call or whatever, give us a call.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, we're probably not going to get that, but.
Oh yeah, we won't get the goods.
We won't get the. Can we? Can we get the goods on that? I'm gonna say, please, can we see, please?
I want to be a fly on the wall on that call.
Yeah. I don't know. We were able to get the live stream. Let me see. No, I'm just kidding. I cannot even presume to say that. But I'm just saying that there's a lot of individuals out there that they need help. You can walk a horse of water, but you can't make it drink.
Absolutely.
So you don't sit there and make a big deal about it. If you can't hack it, you can't hack it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I came from an environment where, I don't know, somebody got called out. You got called out. And you fix yourself, and then you didn't, and you're bye.
People bust your balls for a day or two, maybe.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, just some of the stuff is just also basic adulting too. I mean, basic adult skills. I don't understand how individuals cannot. Again, I'm talking about individuals in leadership positions too. Leaderships, individuals they don't understand that you have to function. Maybe they can't multitask. Maybe their mentality's not there. Like what I was telling you about the waivers and stuff. Maybe they were just not meant to be in that leadership position, and because they can't function at it, they function at one thing really, really fucking good, but suck at everything else. Well, it doesn't make you a well-rounded leader. Yeah, do you? So there you go. You're not going to be able to function. The biggest thing is that when you have somebody somebody reporting something like that, then it gets squashed, and then nobody believes it, and then nobody was kind of like, oh well, and then let's sweep this under the rug, and let's show there's no way this possibly could not have happened. There's no way that this happened. There's no way that this individual did that. Blah 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 blah. Even though we get receipts.
No, receipts are great.
I know.
Is that true what Bailey's saying? No one calls anyone out anymore and shit?
That's true. No doubt. Definitely
that
no
used
doubt.
to be way of life.
Right. Yeah. 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 Exactly that, Gary. We put ourselves in this hole when we promoted too early. Exactly it. Yep, exactly that. That's exactly that. Good point, Gary. That's like, there were individuals that, oh yeah, he's so high speed. He made it rank really good, and really there's some individuals that actually are pretty fucking high speed that really are, kick ass and, tactically and technically proficient. I'm not talking about the sidewalk NCOs either. I'm not talking about the ones that are, that you realize that their hua is a mile fucking wide but only an inch thick. That drives me at the wall. Oh, that person made blah blah blah. How fast did you make rank? Oh, I made this. Oh, okay, cool. Well, how much? Oh, I made it. It's almost like a one-upmanship. Oh, I made an E8 and E8. Oh, you did? Wow. That's why you got the worst fucking company in the fucking in the whole army probably. That's why you have a lot of issues. That's why your soldiers are freaking trying to off themselves or having fucking behavioral health issues because you're so fucking toxic. Because it's not about you. It's not about them. It's about you. You want to push yourself above them. I've seen some of the comments and I'm seeing all the freaking statements from the fucking inbox. I looked at some shit. There was some events today that happened in the inbox that really set me the fuck off. Exactly that, Josiah. Behooving and caveating. And it really set me the fuck off just reading some of this shit. Now she has a point. Nobody calls out anybody anymore. It's all swept under the rug. Oh, don't want to have that. And, oh God, once it hits social, don't send it to the main page. Oh shit! And then all of a sudden, everybody hates the main page because that was timed out. When really it was just discovered. It really was discovered. But yeah, dude, it's just fucking frustrating as shit. Yeah, I'm right on that fucking head, Gary. You definitely fucking promoted some individuals too early. We see it. Because now they're CSMs. They're CSMs, and then you're like, God. Oh, man. Okay, look. Oh, that's a good point. The Army taking... Robert, you just basically hit the next spot. The Army's taking out shark attacks in basic. Well, you know what? Basic training used to not be just... It was... we were just... Some of the old guys were laughing. Shark attack was every day.
They need to bring that shark attacker back, though.
Yeah, well,
Can't get rid of it. It's part of the Army way.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Yeah. I mean, it was more of the... I don't know. It just... Basic has evolved, of course, through the years, through the decades, and all that. Every time everything that was happening was timed. It was tested true. So the Army's going to be okay with the shark attack being gone. Just drill sergeants be fucking drill sergeants. How about that? Yeah.
Well, have you noticed the trends with basic though? Every time they make a major change or soften it up a little bit, you have more trouble with leadership down the road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Anthony. Their battalion level commands having aneurysms right now looking at this live balance chart. And that's the problem, Anthony. They've seen this chart. They've had this email sent to them, and all they do is nod their heads and shit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, roger that, sir. Roger that. Yes, sir. Roger that. I'm serious, man. We see it. Hell, I saw it. Yep, that's the boss preached. And this is where all the euphemisms and fucking broad, these broad level freaking buzzwords coming in of excellence. They say it. They will sit there and, yeah, right, that's right. And the boss is, he really gets it. He really gets it. And the next thing you know, shut up and take that ACFT. But I haven't, we're not supposed to be taking one. We're taking them anyways. No, we're just doing APFT just to make sure. Sorry, dude.
Look at the bottom of that chart. You notice the date on that?
What about it?
13 August of 19.
Yeah, he briefed that. That's why I brought it up. Even last AUSA, he brought it up, and it was like a freaking, oh my God, this is revolutionary. No, we're at one point is you have to look. If you as a leader have to get told in a brief not to be a dick and use common sense, there's something wrong with you. No.
Not everyone has common sense, though.
And exactly that. NCOs need to be NCOs. If you're afraid to correct, matter of fact, that's what the chevron means. Confrontation. Correct, quick. Don't get butthurt when someone corrects you of an NCO. An NCO will correct you or train you right the way it's supposed to be, and that's it. And we as NCOs have also lost that trust to the soldier as well. Just by in the actions that we do it. Shall I pull up a screenshot madness a picture of individuals who've been told to do something over a fucking text?
Wow, over a text.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, just look at the main page. Wait, it's now,
I know.
It's now the norm.
I gotta get out of there before I get too pissed.
Dude, it's the norm now. It is now the freaking norm when we look at the main page and I look and I just shake my head and everyone's like, we're not gonna share this. I'm like, hell yeah, let's just share it. We just post this stuff. It's some of the simple stuff that we talked about, the graphics that we had. Individuals with their freaking oh, you better come in at this time, you better do this at this time, or you better have this. Jesus Christ, dude. Why don't you call the soldier up? Why don't you delegate your shit? If you're a squad leader, why don't you call your team leaders and say, hey, we have this going on, and then hang up the fucking phone. A lot of stuff is really fucking easy, dude.
I'd have fun with that. I'd text back and say, hey, this is so-and-so's spouse. He's in the shower. If you need him, call him.
Yeah, well, I mean, really.
That's what I'd be doing. Have fun with it,
Exactly. Well, no, that's not the point, though. The point being is that, again, if you need a slide to show you how to be a leader in this one thing with work-life balance, that's how families get fucked up.
Well, they wouldn't get fucked up if they keep their shit in line to start with. Make sure all the training packets are ready to go, all the training's done, ready to go in a timely manner, not waiting for the last second. Oh shit, we gotta get this original training.
Shit, Rick, I'm telling you right now, a lot of that stuff is last minute shit from the leadership. It is last minute shit from the leadership that comes down to the unit, and then the unit doesn't know how. The unit flexes, and they just accept it. Like I said, everyone's talking about, the up-tempo, the AMTO. We have not had a deployment, or we've not been this busy since OIS, since the surge. Then why the hell did you make yourself busy?
They're supposed to be doing that throughout the year, so it's leveled out, balanced correctly. So
that's why I put the chart up there. See, I'm telling you right now, that's why I'm putting it up there. There are also policies in place. I don't know, when a 4-star and the Secretary of the Army tell you not to wear PT belts anymore, that's something you kind of take seriously. When they tell you that once you take an APFT, unless you failed one, you don't have to take another one until March of 20. See, what's happening is that everyone's taking these APFTs, right, and they're done. Now that the ACFT is up, now they're like, now we're going to take an ACFT. Because what they want to do now is have ACFT stats. Did we not post up the March of 2022? What the hell's going on?
I was just reading what Robert said.
I was just saying, it's reading that too. The guys coming from states that were supposed to be 2-week quarantined on a jump. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Exactly. And they end up positive. That's right. That's right, Robert. You're correct.
I don't know about you guys, but when I was in, I had some good units where we were up on our shit, and I could go up to my sergeant and be like, hey, today my kids at school's having a war time. You mind if I cut out an hour or two early? And they'll be like, yeah, rock on, go ahead, you know?
Yep. I did.
We had our shit in line where we could do that.
I was in organizations and that promoted that type of professionalism and big boy, big girl rules. I loved it. Nothing wrong with that. Those are the organizations that keep individuals coming back to it or wanting to serve. That's why I stayed in so long. I was having too much fun. I can't believe I was getting paid for that shit. And jumping out of airplanes. Fuck. Going to foreign lands and shit. Damn. I was living the life. It was great. Couldn't believe it. It's like, damn, I guess I'm done. Yeah, you gotta get out. Well, I mean, really, 30 years. You get out. Yeah, okay. All right, thanks.
But can I stay in another year?
Oh, man, when they were talking about retirees coming back, I really was like, I got told by Morgan, nope, jip it. I thought it had occurred.
You're too crazy, no.
Now, well, I'd be throwing hands. And then coming back as an admin, too, I'd be throwing hands with the first sergeant major that would, like, say something or something like that. I'd be like, what? Shut up. What are you gonna do? If I came back out of retirement, and and when you come back out of retirement, you don't have to take the ACFT or APFT. You're exempt from that shit. Exempt. So you just come back in, do your 3-year stint on the volunteer recall. Hell yeah. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Anyways, but what were you saying about the units? Go ahead. How are you getting treated though when it came to like situations? Like you just said. What would be? Give me a scenario. What would it be that was positive from when you were in?
I've come in, we do our PT, yeah, be dragging our ass on, do our PT, get cleaned up, get to the office, do our shit, normally get briefed in the morning, hey, guys, it's Monday, this is what we got to do for the whole week, let's see if we can bust it out early, if not, got to do what we got to do this week, and that was that, and Wednesday would come around, the higher-ups come check up on us and be like, okay, where are we standing with this stuff? Man, y'all are ahead of schedule. Okay, cool. And we went on. And then if someone had an issue or needed to bounce a little early because of birthdays or something stupid, there's always that stupid thing you got to go do. You bring it up to them, be like, yeah, go ahead and do that for an hour or two and come back. You're ahead of the ball game. We didn't have to rush no last minute shit. And people in training would keep up with the training folders on their own without getting us involved. And if we were lacking on something, they would shoot us an email and say, hey, this is due in the next 90 days. Let's catch up on it. So we're not scrambling the last minute. And everything ran smooth. I didn't have to worry about shit. And then when I got called up to go deploy, I went in, grabbed my folder. I didn't have to think twice to look at the shit. Walked up, got on the line, and went. It was like second nature.
Yeah, say that again. It was like second nature. That's what good leadership is all about. Oh yeah, exempt from NCOs. Well, thanks. Thank you. Recruiter Times is like, you want to come back in? Exempt from NCOs, huh? I don't know. I might consider that. I don't know. Me and baby ass will go tear it up. The Mandalorian and the child will be out, back in the army. I don't know what would happen if I were to come back in the army as an admin. I'd probably like, no, you can't do it.
No, you'd be that warrant officer I saw one day down the range. Picked up the phone and cussed out some full bird colonel and shit, and then hung up the phone and shit.
Well, I'll tell you, I would. Some of the stuff. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there is a semblance of respect. I mean, again, I'm out and I still call freaking General Sir and all that. And I still, that's a mode of respect. And, at the point to where, if they're with their fucking troops, I'm not going to disrespect them. And, hey, Bob, what's going on? I'm not going to do that shit. I mean, I got to accord them the right to the respect. But by ourselves, they're shooting the shit. I visited, when I visited the other installations recently, and I just, again, I was just, freaking, like, traveling. They picked me up from the airport and whatever. And hey, how you doing? Hey, Bob, Frank, blah blah blah. Hey, what's going on? You doing this? Yeah, blah 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 blah. And then you get in the vehicle, and then as soon as they're like, hey, this is WTF. Oh, hey, what's going on? And the first thing, because I'm there visiting in a different capacity, but they want to drop the WTF thing, and but I still call them ACSM or a colonel or or a serve to a general. I don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
the respect for the position,
right? But it's giving them, but it's letting the Joes know that I'm still, even though I'm a retired non-commissioned officer, that's still within me to be professional. And I'm not going to disrespect them or try to punk them out in their position. But when I get back in, if I were to come back in, man, you would know.
Well, there's always a time and place for everything.
Right,
A lot of people
right.
don't
Bingo.
understand that concept anymore either.
Well, that's another thing too, is the professionalism of that. But you're gonna have you're gonna have soldiers that are prepared, like you said, ready to go and all that. And then you're just gonna have there's gonna be just and you understand that you cannot freaking how do I say this? You just can't teach them that. You just get out. You're done. Hey, maybe the Army wasn't good enough for you. Maybe we waved you in too much, or maybe we had recruiter times will tell you, because I'll get some stuff in there too, and then they're like, hey, hey guys, this is what's happening. You want to do this, or what do you think about this? I'll get a message from one of their admins and they ask me about some stuff like that, and I help out. We're all buddies and shit, and it's the same thing. It's like a respect thing, and they're just some individuals that I'll say back. I'll advise them back. Hey, dude, you need to tell that guy he needs to get the fuck out, or that you just cannot. People don't realize there's a lot of things you can do administratively as opposed to being punitive. Like, you don't have to give somebody an Article 15 or something like that to separate them from service. There's nothing wrong with that. I have hey, what, you want a chapter packet for this? Hell, I still have examples, just in case I get the call, just in case my Batman signal comes up.
Always gotta have templates.
I got templates, exactly. I got my chapter templates ready, and investigations ready to go.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, copy and paste. Yeah, fill in the blanks. We're gonna take a break right quick, and then we'll be broadcasting a little bit. We got a special announcement to make after the break, and then we'll be right back for some more Suns time. So everyone, refill your glasses. Check out the work-life balance slide and shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Let it all be looking up and fading out. Cirrus shapes I found blow me away. Van Allen right around, pushing through. Skin is brown. Nature has us trapped in fear, so I get lost in sound. I wonder if you'll ever know why I am the way I am. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life is never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Constellation theme. I'm always in clouds, looking up and fading out. Cirrus shapes I found blow me away. Van Allen right around, pushing through. Skin is brown. Nature has us trapped in fear, so I get lost in sound. I wonder if you'll ever know why I am the way I am. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life is never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Constellation theme, mapping stars that are meant to be. Geminis are free of suicidal kings. This misty maze of me, so obvious yet never seen. Feeling though the fog will lift to find me lost at sea. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life is never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? Myself and I am so lost, it's beautiful, far away from life. But I want your visible feeling to be mine. Oh, I just don't get it. When will your heart beat with my mind? I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about time and space surrounding. Is there anyone who is thinking like me? I've been thinking a lot about life that's never ending. Is there anyone who is thinking like me?
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
That's right, baby. We're back. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. Yeah. This is 15 October 2020. Drop it, baby. There you go. Yeah. I just love the song. Yeah. Makes me want to go cruise my buds and shit, hanging out. Just going out downtown. Man. The song reminded me of an event that happened recently, and I was just, memories. So, yeah. Anyways, not to digress from what we were discussing earlier, I'm gonna move a little bit to make an announcement that we've been working with. I've been off, for some of you that know me, I've been in and off and out of the net. I've been kind of quiet for a couple weeks and stuff like that. Had a lot of stuff happening to where I needed to focus on specific projects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some of the details of it, and it's a project that has been, I think, a long time coming that we can now bring to light and we can now discuss. And it just so happened that coincidentally in the community that I'm in, I was able to link up with somebody, doing the same effort, and it just worked out the way it is. Just sometimes magic, you just sprinkle a little leaflet dust, and it all just happens, it's just perfect. So we all know right now that we are pushing for the upgrade of the award for Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cash, and his award being upgraded from a Silver Star to a Medal of Honor. Well, the first thing I want to highlight right now, if you follow 18th Airborne Corps on their Twitter page, they are 3rd Infantry Division was an 18th Airborne Corps. It still is an 18th Airborne Corps unit. They are highlighting the events of what happened from yesterday, of what Alwyn Cash's last steps were, and the anniversary of the events that was obviously been written in history. His actions on the battlefield is being chronicled like as it's happening right now, parallel to this. That happening, the anniversary is coming up of the event. It'll be 15 years. So right now, the event is going to happen to where his actions on the battlefield are going to be, written out. 18th Airborne Corps Colonel Joe Bacino is doing that Twitter story and running parallel with that. Along with that, some of the projects that I've been working with some individuals on the Hill. I don't like writing, but I had to write some stuff and assist in writing, and it is now passing or has now gone through the legislative process to ensure that in a few days that the bill to upgrade his award to a Medal of Honor is going to happen as well. So that's one effort. So it's been like really busy. I've been like individuals like, you ignoring me? I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like freaking. I got some shit going on. Or family's like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just got a lot of stuff happening and all this. Well, the final key to this is that on Saturday, a friend of mine, Special Forces, veteran, Nick Guy, he has his own podcast. It's called the After Action Review. Just started off, and I think he does pretty good. Had some issues on Twitter. We'll get into that subject later. But he's been moved off the Twitter sphere a little bit. So in the discussion of this, he's going to have his own show. He's going to be a guest host, a special airing of his show on WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. So let me say this again. Nick Guy from the After Action Review is going to be doing, and his little titles is awesome. He is the world's most okayest Green Beret, but he has the great guest I love it. I think it's awesome. So he's going to have a special airing on our platforms. And the reason why is that he is going to have an interview, and he's going to sit down with Alan Cash's sister, Casanal Cash, to discuss, Alan, the man, the brother and the father. So I want you guys and gals. It's going to happen this Saturday at 2000. So it's going to be a special airing on WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF Moments. It's going to be posted everywhere. We're going to use our platforms, and we're going to put Nick Guy back on Twitter. Come hell or high water, that will be broadcasted on Twitter. So make sure you tune in. This is an interview with Alan Cash's sister. Okay, so this is we're taking this pretty freaking seriously. A lot of effort, and this is some of this thing. Like I said, this piece right here just fell in just perfectly, the perfect timing. Like I said, the individual said, "Hey, you need to talk to this person. We need to talk to that person," and I'm just glad this is coming together. So once it gets loaded up, you will see some of the comments, and you will see. But again, the After Action review with Nick Guy is going to be a special guest host, a special airing. And he's going to be a guest host on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio with his show, the After Action Review, with Casanal Cash. So, dude, I'm pumped. I'm really overwhelmed and honored that Nick has given us this opportunity to be able to put this on air for him. This is one of those things that just kind of fell together. This is a project it's near and dear to my heart. Actually, it's a lot of veterans feel that way. And this is for Alan Cash. Once the ball gets rolling, and once it gets to the point to where he is awarded that Medal of Honor, you best believe U.S. Army WTF Moments, WTF Nation Radio. Nick, we'll probably end up doing something together again. Hey Nick, we're probably gonna do something together again. I guess we just announced it on air too. But I really want this to get highlighted. I want to get this worldwide and global. And on Saturday, it's going to go worldwide and global. So make no mistake, this will be broadcasted on all of our platforms. So he was, like I said, there was some Twitter sphere stuff that we're going to fix, and we're going to put Nick Guy back on Twitter for this special broadcast. So again, make sure you tune in on Saturday, because after I finish this broadcast tonight, we're going to be posting all of our adverts, and you're going to be seeing our social media going off like crazy. You're going to be probably seeing Nick's social media going off like crazy. You're probably going to see Twitter sphere, once they fix it, going off like crazy. So again, this is a special moment in our history, in our military history. If you don't know what's going on right now or at all with Alan Cash, just open up Wikipedia and then start researching just Sergeant First Class Alan Cash. Start looking it up. Start reading about him. Start reading about his story. Look up about the Army Reserve Center that was opened in his honor in Florida. Look up the story. Like I said, look up on Twitter when 18th Airborne Corps when they're chronicling this like day by day. So it just started last night, and it's already getting you. You know what's going to happen. You know the story, and it's going to chronicle all the way until his passing. So again, the 15th year anniversary of the events that happened in Iraq will be talked about. On top of that, we've also I've been dropping signs all over Twitter and all over the social media sphere about, and me and Spanky talked about that, about renaming installations, because now there was a subject of renaming installations again, and I vote that and I have been lobbying myself with other individuals to change the base name of Fort Benning to Fort Alwyn Cash. Now, of course, the General Sherman Maneuver Center of Excellence might be a little touchy for the individuals near Atlanta, but Fort Alwyn Cash, I can think would be can I think of a greater name than to have that over Benning. Besides, Benning was a loser, and he was, that's just the way it is. So there you go. I know it's going to piss off a lot of the bro vets, and they're already, you whatever, but it's Alwyn Cash. I don't care. What are you gonna do? So again, don't forget Nick Guy. He's going to come on the 20th, the 2000 on Saturday. So this is going to be like a wham, bam, 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 bam. So WTF Nation Radio will be broadcasting tomorrow with Friday Night Freedom with Cause, and then Saturday night is going to be broadcasted with Nick again. So I'm pretty excited. I think we've not done an intercross. We used to do a lot of collaborative efforts back in the day with way back in the day, but I don't think anybody is remembering or is around to talk about. To like, oh yeah, I remember that, or remember working with somebody. I think the prominence of those individuals and us as well really didn't hit. But again, I'm going to say this until I'm blue in the face. After Action Review with Nick Guy, the world's okayest Green Beret. He's a good dude. But again, I'm so happy that he's going to be doing this, and he's going to bring a different discussion to this, because I have been quite emotional in talking with some friends and talking with some individuals about this story, and individuals who deployed and all. And it's really, Nick, I'm gonna tell you right now, brother. I know he's listening right now. I would. I mean, brother, you're gonna. Woo! It's gonna be hard for me to keep myself. You maintain composure, man. You're talking to Alwyn Cash's sister. That's just incredible. So, hashtag at his name is hashtag Alwyn Cash. You've noticed it's getting posted everywhere. HR 8276, which is the resolution signed by Senator Murphy, or being pushed through by Senator Murphy and Dan Crenshaw. They're the ones that are pushing it. So we've been pushing it on the Twitter sphere. We've been pushing it on social media, and I'm going to make sure that this gets pushed out again. You might see Nick in the chats too, commenting and stuff like that as well. So again, to make sure you tune in on Saturday, and again, you'll see all of our necessary propaganda and adverts for it. But I'm excited, dude. This is I don't know what to say. It is like a true honor to have them, to have, first off, to be able to do this collaborative effort with Nick, and then work, and be able to talk to Alwyn Cash's sister, bro. That's like, ugh. I don't know what to say. You right, man? You there?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to that interview.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be.
I know, man.
History in the making.
It's gonna be, dude, brother. It's gonna be it's gonna get you in the feels. It's gonna get you in the feels. The story of his courageous act. But so again, make sure you tune in. Oh, you'll be notified anyways. You'll be notified on all the signals. It'll get up. It'll get posted. U.S. Army WTF Moments it'll be on both Facebook pages. It'll be on our Twitch. It'll be on our YouTube, and it'll be on Twitter. And once Twitter's if Twitter's unscrewing itself, we'll simulcast it again. We'll replay it on Twitter. So I mean, I really just want to spite somebody right now to put Nick back on. I have my own selfish reasons to make sure that Nick gets on Twitter, and he knows that. So I actually want to make sure that also people want to hear Nick. They want to see Nick on the Twitter sphere. There's some individuals that just use Twitter specifically, and it's a necessary evil for some individuals, but that's it. But anyways, so that's actually going into the cut sheet. That's actually going to housekeeping, man. See, that was the first announcement that I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure that Nick got adverted before we started doing the rest of the guest lineup. Shit, dude, we also got Louis Anderson coming up next week, man. Louis Anderson, really? That Louis Anderson, yes, iconic comedian Louis. That one. Yeah, he's coming on. 3-time Emmy winner. He's gonna come on, dude. Dude, CQ's getting all these freaking. He was showing me some videos of some of the people he's been talking to, and I'm hating. I'm throwing some hate, throwing some, I was like, damn, dude, these are some top-notch freaking, some guests, man. So, if you don't remember Louis Anderson, he's been on a bunch of movies. Coming to America. I just remember him as being the guy that is going to make the big bucks in Coming to America. Iconic comedian, and of course his stand-up, because watching his stand-up over the years. 3-time Emmy winner, is one of the country's most recognized and adored comics. Named by Comedy Central as one of the 100 greatest stand-up comedians of all time, and his career has spanned more than 30 years. He's also a best-selling author, star of his own stand-up specials and sitcoms. And then on Thursday for Sergeant's Time, we're gonna have the first ever. Check this out. We're gonna have the first ever Green Book AAR, running AAR for JRTC. I told my Sergeant Major Billy Pilliot to, hey, well, you need to give us a call then, or shoot the shit and give us an update when you're in GRTC. And he's like, oh yeah, okay, I will. And then he called me out on it. So now he's going to be on Sergeant's Time to give us a Green Book AAR on his what's been going on with the 25th Infantry Division in JRTC. And then we're going to have Enrique Murillo, or also known as Ranger Rick, on Monday. He's going to be talking to me and Flash, and we're going to be discussing some of the work that he's done to assist veterans and highlight veteran casualties and heroes in specific areas by specific parking spots. He's also going to go in a little bit into his story, and it's a story about redemption. It's a story about, you know, picking yourself up, and this is a story that I like. I like hearing about veterans doing, you know, they get caught in a situation and they push through it. The second chance stuff, I'm all about it. So I'm really happy for him to come on. You might see some media with me and him taking some pics, and I can't wait to have him to come on. We're also going to have some members of Task Force Dagger and POW MIA recovery teams. They're going to go. We're going to have a doctor coming on here, oceanographer, some videos of them going through and looking through aircraft crashes in Saipan and tank remains, and they're excavating for missing service members. I mean, I'm not going to get into the details of what some of they discovered or not discovered, because some of it's kind of close hold, but they're going to go over how they take disabled veterans, wounded veterans, and they take them on these expeditions with them. So I think that's kind of cool. But again, I'm gonna beat this drum again. Tune in on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 2000 for Nick Guy, the After Action Review, a special airing of the After Action Review with Nick Guy, the world's most okayest Green Beret, on all of the WTF Empire stuff that we got out there. We're gonna make sure he's all over the place on this for an interview with Alwyn Cash's sister Kazumal. So again, make sure you tune in. You can't miss this, if anything else, because we're going to be hearing from her voice everything about Alwyn, the man, the brother, the father, and that's the story that I want to hear too. Because we hear about the other stuff, we hear about his acts, but this is Alwyn, the man. So, anyways, you got anything else before we take off, man?
I think you did pretty good house cleaning there.
Yeah exactly.
But, no, I'm looking forward to the interview Saturday. I think that's going to be well worth tuning into.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, I mean, it's going to be I guess make sure I'm going to grab some. I'm going to make sure I have some Kleenex. Make sure. I'm going to be. Reading a story only because of all the effort and work that we put into getting this out there. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, man. And just for me, it really means something to me, and means a lot to Nick. It means a lot to other individuals that are listening to me right now, that you know who I'm talking to. Yeah. So with that, if you guys and gals don't have anything for me, or you've anything for Shipwreck, I'm gonna go back go back to work doing AUSA stuff and assisting with them, and then hanging out with getting stuff ready for a Saturday show. Make sure you tune in to we have a show 4 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, with a day off in the middle. Mondays me and Flash. Tuesdays, we got Pop Culture Warrior Michael Carrasquillo, also known as CQ, with Radar, and then we have myself and Spanky on Sergeant's Time today on Thursday, and then we have Kicking It With Cause with Cause and Pookie with Friday Night Freedom. I keep saying Kicking It With Cause. It just flows like that. It just flows to say Kicking It With Cause, but my apologies. It's Friday Night Freedom.
I guess you gotta change Friday's name, you know?
Yeah, I know, exactly. No, I don't want to change it to what was it, Kicking It With Cause. Just leave it just Friday Night Freedom. It's Friday Night Freedom. Freedom about freedom. So Friday Night Freedom with Cause and Pookie. Then, of course, again, Saturday, don't forget, tune in this Saturday, 2000, AAR, the After Action Review with Nick Guy. So tune in. Y'all have a good night, and thank you for listening. So, shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Surveyed the universe and said, let's make all of this our own. He commissioned a group of soldiers take upon their shoulders a daunting task of relentless skill to meet conquest of the last frontier. Now here we are enlisted for the glory of our nation. To say that we're the best would be an under-exaggeration. Prepared for combat with an alien race to kick their asses right in the face. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. They say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport, now sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planet of America. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. Though critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
see me